Hey guys, today I'm going to be reading your K-pop audition confessions and helping you guys out. I mean, for this occasion, I wore my pajamas. I'm in my room, obviously on my bed, super comfy and cozy. So get comfortable because we're just going to be going through the confessions that you guys sent. There's a lot of it. I might even be making a part 2. Okay, how about this? If this video gets 1.5k likes, then I'll be making a part 2 because there were a lot of confessions that you guys sent and I couldn't go through all of it. But let's just begin with the first concern. I've been saying confession this entire time. So Lydia says, how many songs and dances should you have prepared for your auditions? So the first round is typically going to be an online audition, so you just submit your one category, whatever that may be, vocal, rap, dance, and that's all you really need because unless the company otherwise specifies that, you're only going to need one category. But let's say this first round is a Zoom audition or it's an offline audition where you're actually interacting live with the judges, then you probably want, let's say, 2 for your own category and at least 1 for the other category that you're choosing. So let's say 2 for dance because you are just really good at dance and you like it better, and then 1 vocal song just in case because they might pull you aside and ask you to do that other category if they like you. And also for these you might need to freestyle, but that's a little bit more common in the second round audition. For the second round you definitely need to prepare a freestyle and at least 2 song choices for every category that you can ever think of. Alright, next, Daniel asks, what can I do to stand out during the online audition? I mean, they get so many auditions, so surely there must be something about you to stand out a little bit more. So this depends on the person. Whatever makes you special, obviously you have to show that to the judges and make yourself more appealing, but that also has to be related to K-pop, of course, right? So I guess if you don't have anything special and you can't think of any special talents like a certain instrument that you play or a certain skill that might be funny to judges, I don't know, then you definitely want to appeal your stage presence. You want to make facial expressions and really connect to the song choice that you're performing. Nothing about someone auditioning is someone that's really passionate about it. And when I'm looking at auditions that I'm evaluating, like let's say on my course, the first thing that I look out for is their stage presence. Do they look like they're really excited to perform and excited to dance and sing and seem like they really enjoy it and seem connected to the song choice, or do they not? So keep that in mind. Lanaya asks, I have a deep voice as a female. Do you think I'll be able to get into a company? Yes, you definitely can. There are so many K-pop idols that are female and that have deep voices. One that I can just think of off the top of my head is Jay from Stacy, but there are a bunch of other examples too. And I would say it's most especially prominent in rappers, so maybe consider the rap category firstly. But that's something that makes you stand out, kind of connecting to the previous question. So make yourself really stand out with that aspect, but also appeal yourself to the other categories that are more suitable in it. If you have, like if you're auditioning for the vocal category and you have a deeper voice, you might be at a disadvantage, but if you're using that for the rap category, that's definitely an advantage. Kushbu asks, I want to become an idol, but my parents are not supporting me. Now, I usually don't really like to redirect people to videos, but this one, it's an old video, but it explains it well and how you can really convince your parents to become an idol or at least talk to them about it. I think it's worth a watch. I'll link it down below if you're interested. Next, Chesky asks, I'm planning to audition and dance, but I don't know what dance to do, and do I have to prepare a song to sing just in case? I want to be prepared. I don't really know your dance style or your level of dancing at all, and like let's say I do know that, then I do give recommendations to people in my audition course, but because this isn't the case, then I would just recommend that you start off with these songs that you just really enjoy, the choreographies that you really like, and you've seen them a lot so you kind of know it in your head but your body doesn't know it. Start off with those for practice and then later on get into more advanced choreographies that you can use in your K-pop audition. These are obviously going to be different than the ones you first started out with because I'm assuming that the ones that you first started out with are K-pop and maybe even overused in K-pop auditions, so you have to kind of make changes for your actual audition. This will be the last time I suggest another video on here, I promise, but I do have this video for dance choreography suggestions if you're interested in. And I think the second part of your question was, do I have to prepare a song to sing just in case? I mean, if it's in person, then yes, prepare a song to sing just in case. If it's an online audition, obviously you don't need that. Next, Alyssa asks, that's weird, that's my little sister's name. Honestly, I'm more concerned when it comes to possible ageism. I'm nearing my 30s. I somehow don't look it. I have a feeling a lot of people will judge me for being old when I just want to be in the music industry for a living. Okay, that's definitely not my sister. This is a really valid concern that a lot of people have. And if you're, okay, it says that you want to be in the music industry. Like, do you want to be a K-pop idol? Then if the answer to that is yes, then I would recommend looking at companies where they debuted artists, like let's say female artists that are above the age of like let's say 25, and then start auditioning for those, because those companies probably do not mind that. But there are a lot of companies these days that do prefer younger ages, and it's going to be hard filtering those out, but it's not impossible at all. And let's say the answer to your question, or to my question, is no, I don't necessarily want to be a K-pop artist, I just want to be involved in the music industry. Then I recommend looking for other positions that you might get. Is it like a visual director, or do you want to work as a music producer or something like that? Also be good to look at. But I mean, I guess you're just wanting to become a K-pop idol, so I recommend searching for different companies, specific companies. And then there are people like Jutilata that are concerned about their age because they're 18, and no, you're completely fine. Okay, Emma asks, I graduated from college in a non-music related profession. This is literally pedagogy. So I'm not sure if this might affect my chances at the audition because I studied in a different field before following my dream. I also struggle with embarrassment. Girl, I get you. I am embarrassed all the time. It's embarrassing. Anyway, it doesn't matter what you studied in college at all. There are tons of K-pop idols that studied in university with completely different things. One that I can think of is Triple S's Yuyeon. She was studying in a medical field before becoming a K-pop idol and joining a survival show, so it doesn't matter. Also, the judges aren't going to be like, she studied something else. No, it just depends on your talent and where you at with your skills. Next question is from Sophie. I went to an audition for a company, Pledis Entertainment, but their global online auditions are over. Is there any way I can audition to companies without it being a part of their mass online audition? So if they don't have any other auditions open, like short-term auditions that are open, apart from their online audition, then obviously there's nothing else you can do. You can online audition for them. But if you don't want to do that, you could probably just wait a year or two if you're not like too urgent about auditions, because they usually do have global offline auditions that open frequently. Like I would say at least once a year or even twice a year. But if you are like in a hurry, then just go for the online auditions. I get why you wouldn't necessarily want to audition for those because it's not guaranteed whether the judges look at your video or not, but still, it's worth a try. Next question is from Peyton. How should you have your song prepared for the audition? Should you have it on Spotify or on your camera roll? Now I'm assuming you're talking about in-person auditions where you're auditioning for dance and they ask for the music. Then I recommend just having it in your camera roll, I guess. It depends on what situation you have. Like if you have Spotify Premium, then you can like select the song without ads, right? I don't recommend YouTube, or if you have YouTube Premium, that's great. But if you have a situation where it might play an ad, probably not. But I just use Spotify. Well, I actually have never done auditions where I like submit. Oh, my camera's dying. Great excuse for a water break. Stay hydrated, you guys. Okay, as I was saying, I've never been in that situation myself, but if I were placed in it right now, then I would probably just play it on my Spotify because I have Spotify Premium and it won't play an ad. Alright, next. Kayla asks, where do foreign trainees stay if they fail their evaluations? Do they get to stay at the company building until they have somewhere to go? Well, if you're kicked out of the company, they're probably not going to let you stay unless you're in some extreme circumstance. I doubt a company would be nice enough to let you do that. But, you know, companies usually redirect you to other companies if they're nice and you had a good relationship with the previous company. I'm saying the word company so many times, but that's a very specific concern that you have for the future. So I'm sure you'll figure something out in that scenario. Next, May asks, I recently auditioned for Titan Entertainment, and on their Instagram page, they stated that they would contact the successful candidates within 2 weeks, but so far I've received no news from them. Does this mean I didn't pass my audition? Unfortunately, yes, that does mean that, because companies won't contact you if you failed your audition, only if you passed it. So quickly move on and start auditioning for other companies. Amir asks, I think that I might not be good enough because I just started singing at the start of this year and other people started when they were like 6. I'm 13 for context. You're 13, girl. Chill out. Can you give tips on how to catch up and learn really fast, please? Don't worry about when you started. I mean, I get why you might be concerned that you're not at the level of where you would like to be, but you can still catch up to that with practice. There's really no other, like, there's not a straightforward answer than just practicing every single day and also really improving yourself based on the feedback that you get from other people. The feedback doesn't have to be from professionals. It could literally just be from friends or family. And although it might be embarrassing at first, I think it is really crucial. Sometimes just practicing by yourself can be a bit helpless because you don't know if you're singing correctly or if you even sound good, because sometimes it's hard to recognize that for your own voice. But if you have other people's inputs, I think it's a little bit easier. So try that out and really just focus on being consistent and practicing every single day towards progress. All right, next, Anna asks, I'm a vegetarian, but I'm willing to audition. Are there any companies for me? Girl, it doesn't matter if you're vegetarian or not. I don't know why that would matter in your K-pop audition, but don't worry about it. You can audition for any company. Okay, lastly, Lee with 3E asks, is it better to give an audition offline than online? I guess it's better in terms of like you know that the judges are watching you because they're right in front of you in an offline audition. And for online auditions, it's not always guaranteed. Like most of the times, yes, they probably are watching your audition, but you don't 100% know because you won't get you won't get a response from them if you don't pass the audition and such. So in that case, it might be better to do offline, but I always recommend starting out with online because it's the easier one and you kind of know what to prepare for an audition in that sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so if this video gets to 1.5k likes, I'll definitely make a part 2 to reading your K-pop audition concerns. I hope you enjoyed this, hopefully part 1 of this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Yeah.